All right. Shalom. For the foremost, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to all the Akim across the globe, pushing the word of truth and sincerity. This is Dianawa from the GM of Chicago camp, and this is a little lesson today about addicted, okay? We're going to get into the definition of addicted, and we're going to get into a couple of scriptures. Because one thing about this truth, any of us who have left something in the world, you know, because you got guys who've been in the truth. I know some who've been actors and ball players, had scholarships, and were very skilled men in their respective crafts, and they were very good at that, man. Okay, they were addicted to hone their skills in the thing that they like doing. Okay, so it may be football, basketball, rapping, singing, dancing, or whatever the case may be. But they all had an addiction to become better than what they are. Okay, let's find out what that word addiction is and see what really holds addiction together. Addicted, the adjective, physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance and unable to stop taking it without incurring adverse effects. Addicted, once again, physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance and unable to stop taking it without incurring adverse effects. And they gave a motto, as in a little sentence says, she became addicted to alcohol and diet pills. So you can change that word addicted to, all right, alcohol. You can change that word to alcohol to anything, all right, because we know that people can be addicted to many things. Some people are addicted to alcohol, drugs. Some people are addicted to partying. Some people are addicted to stealing. Some people are addicted to being promiscuous, addicted to lying. For every sin that there is, there is an addiction attached to that sin. Okay? Or whatever it is that you like to do. And that don't have to be sin, Salakia. But I want to go into the definition where it says physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance. All right? It says, and unable to stop taking it without incurring adverse effects. But let's find out what that substance is according to the scriptures, right? This is Hebrews 11:1. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? So our faith is the substance that holds us together in believing in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the promises and the curses. Okay? Our faith is the substance of what we believe we're going to receive in the kingdom, which is rulership, rest, the ability never to go off or to think evil thoughts again, never to be in subjection to your fleshly desires. Our faith is the substance that keeps us addicted to Yahweh Shai. Okay? The 2 Corinthians 4. Salakia. 4 and 18. It says, while we look not on the things, while we look not on the at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are carnal. And that's the spirit, because the brother Yanagi brothers out today in the group me. Our faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay? In Corinthians, it tells us, all right, that we look on things which are, we look not on things which are seen, man. Our faith, our substance relies on the things that we cannot tangibly prove right now, man. We can't prove our rulership and governorship and authority and our righteousness of the kingdom right now to people. But through faith and our addiction of the spirit of this truth that keeps us connected to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we can open our eyes through that with these scriptures. Okay? Faith is that substance that keeps us addicted to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is Romans 8:24. It says, "For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For yet, for what a man seeth, what is he yet hope? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it." Okay? And this came out earlier today, and me and the brother Menaki sit down, man. All right? And we are saved through hope, which is that faith. Because we don't see our salvation physically, but yet spiritually we can see Yahweh Shai beaming up the elect and getting on them chairs, avoiding the destruction, man. That's our faith. That's our hope. Okay? And with that hope, we suffer this, man. We suffer this affliction and the longing and yearning for these days to hasten up until the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's return. Okay? This hope is, this faith is the substance that keeps us addicted, man. This is Hebrews 2 and 13. It says, "And again I will put my trust in him." Okay? "And again, behold, I and the children which the Most High has given me." All right? So the Lord, hey, we're going to put our trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. That's the addiction that we have, man. Our faith and our hope relies on our addiction, our dependency, because he is our substance, our foundation. Okay, we are physically and mentally dependent on Yahweh Shai, man. That's who our trust relies in, man. This is John 10 and 34. It says, "Is it not written in your law that ye are gods?" Okay? Hey, our substance and our understanding of these scriptures, when we read scriptures like these, is what keeps us motivated into wanting to achieve that status, man. Okay? We read these scriptures when it says that we're going to have rule over our enemies. Okay? That we're going to be exalted above the nations. Matter of fact, let me get something real quick. Where's it at? Hold on, Salakia. The scriptures say, it says, Isaiah 61:1. It says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh and the vengeance day, the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mount, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the tree of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified, man. All right, so we're gonna be in that godlike sense, man. All right, the Most High, the Lord Yahweh Shai, is gonna take down our enemies, man. Okay, and the ones out here proclaiming the acceptable year of the day of the Lord are gonna be your future kings, man. Your future rulers in the upcoming kingdom, man. We're all gonna have that spirit of Yahweh Shai upon us, man. All right. Now let's get back into the word addicted. All right. Now the second part of addicted, we've already proved that we're physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance, which is that hope in Yahweh Shai, right? And unable to stop taking it. All right. It says, and unable to stop taking it without incurring adverse effects, man. So let's look at the adverse effects that happen to us when we stop taking Yahweh Shai. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel, man. So one of the adverse effects that incurs when we stop taking the Yahweh Shai, which is you taking your hand off the plow, is that you stop teaching this gospel, man. And when that happens, the adverse effect of that is destruction, man. Okay? We must be aware of the circumstances of this following that we're in, man. That addiction that we have, we must be aware of its overwhelming power, man. Okay? The overwhelming power of this particular addiction, of this substance that we have, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the adverse effects is destruction if we don't go out there and do what is expected of us, man. And teaching His word, feeding the flock, not sitting down, not being in the spirit, not getting complacent like the elder have been teaching, Elder Uriah and Elder Malcolm. And I'm going to touch on a couple of these in Deuteronomy 28 because we're all aware of the curses in Deuteronomy. Okay, so one of the adverse effects. Damn, Salaki, tripping. So one of the adverse effects that happens when we don't take Yahweh Shai are these. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So once we stop being dependent and having that physical and mental substance, which is Yahweh Shai, that addiction, we're going to incur adverse effects. Okay? And let's see what some of those adverse effects are. It says, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 8:19. It says, cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. So all of us know that we've grown up. All of us had grown up and felt some type of insecurity about the things that we face in the world, man. We always felt that there was something wrong with the vibration of this world It always seems tend to be addressed and to be focused on the people of color, man. That curse has stopped us from doing things that our people are marching for and are hoping for to this day, which is equality, which is being equal, which is getting treated fair, in which wishing that the rules would apply to both the same. That's not going to happen. Why? Because we're cursed going in and cursed going out. Let's look at another. Let's look at another one. Um, let me see. Verse Deuteronomy 28 and 37. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. So the Lord said that if we don't hearken unto him, he's going to have people call us out of our name. Well, one particular how they call you out your name is that you're being called by a government name, man. Stephen and Andre and Robert. Okay, that's also a byword, man. Because those are not Hebrew names. But also being called a nigger, a spook, a wetback. Okay? And many various names, man. Alright? Let me see. Well, let's look at this one. It says, Deuteronomy 28 and 44. He shall lend to thee, thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail, man. So right now, we all know that Jake is always in them payday loan stores, looking for a way to come up, taking these ridiculous high interest rates just to try to get by. All right. But hey, what did the cracker come for? Hey, what does Esau Edom come to you for? Well, let's see. But he comes to you for you to spend your money, man. That's why he promotes certain things. You know, the life of luxury. He plays on your lust of the eyes with cars and fashion. Thinking that gainless godliness. All right. What other things does he use, man? He lures you with the excitement of being an athlete or in the limelight. Okay. Esau comes to you to use you, man. When Solomon said, if he had need of thee, he will stand by thee, man. All right. And we get a couple more that I'm going to go. It's Deuteronomy 28 and 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. So one of the adverse effects with not dealing with Yahweh Shemiel Shai, okay, which is, hey, this is one addiction that you want to keep, man. All right, I want to be addicted to Yahweh Shemiel Shai and his words, and being addicted around being our brothers, man, and getting revelations and wanting to deal and seeing brothers actually living out the scriptures, man. It gives me hope. But when we stop taking them, we got under these curses, Akim. Where you wonder why your heart beats in pounds when you leave your home to walk in your car, to get in your car, to go drive to work in a suburban, predominantly Edomite neighborhood at late at night because you work the overnight shift, man. Knowing Esau be looking for Jake backed up high in them damn parking lots in them churches, man, waiting for you, man. Our life was always in doubt, man. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and shall no man buy you, man. So one of the adverse effects that we had when we stopped taking Yahweh Shemiel Shai is slavery, man. And then we're still in slavery until this day. Why? Because we cut off our addiction, man. Hey, but the Lord always left a remnant, man. It's Hosea. It's Hosea 4 and 6. It says, "No, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Thou shalt be no more a priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children." Okay? So this is one of the things that happen to us when we cut ourselves off from the Lord, man. That's why we're looking at him with eyes that tell the stories of our hardship, man. Jacob's vibration was so low that only Yahweh Shai could change it around, man. Because Jacob literally done everything up under the sun to try to obtain happiness, man. When you have rich people who seem to have it all, kill themselves, then you know that there's something wrong with this place, man. Jeremiah Jeremiah 17 and 4. "And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever," man. So he made the Lord so mad that he just literally destroyed us from the flow up, from the head up to the flow up, man. So they say. Okay? But guess what, man? Those who are addicted to Yahweh Shai Shai are gonna do the work, man. Why? Because we're dependent, man. We're physically and mentally dependent on Yahweh Shai. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this. I think I'll find this scripture. I want to say cares. Let me see. This might be it. Um, right. Psalm 55 and 22. It says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved," man. All right. So our substance, what we are grounded to, what we're addicted to, is how about Shemiah Shai. That's why we lean onto him, man. That's why we call and praise and offer the things and do what we do. It's because we're addicted to Yahweh Shemiah Shai. We've seen the works that he's done, man. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly from our Lord, man. So cast our burdens upon the Lord. He shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved, man. Okay? Addicted, physically and mentally dependent on a particular substance. And that substance is Yahweh Shai. With that, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh Shai. Them honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Until next time, Shalom.